B-list actress Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are not going to be pleased when they find this out.
To me, this does not help Blake Lively's case at all.
Spare no expense. We are not going to be intimidated into settling.
She played with fire, and now she got burned. This isn't going to end well for you, Blake.
Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are facing a serious legal battle, and it's all thanks to Justin Baldoni's refusal to back down. The lawsuit is not showing any signs of settling, and Blake can already feel the pressure mounting. She knows if she stumbles now, it could be the end of everything, so she's doing everything she can to keep it from happening. But there's one major issue. Justin isn't looking for a quiet resolution. He's determined to make this a public spectacle and is committed to taking the case all the way to court. His lawyer is speaking out on his behalf, emphasizing that he's not backing down.
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon. But it's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin.
Initially, Blake assumed Justin Baldoni would back off, believing he didn't have the resources to go up against them. While that assumption was partly true, it was also completely wrong. Yes, a high-profile lawsuit is expensive, and Blake and Ryan have far more financial backing than Justin. What Blake didn't anticipate, though, is that Justin isn't even footing the bill for his lawyer. In a surprising twist, a billionaire has stepped in to fund Justin's case.
One of the co-founders of Wayfarer, his production company, is Steve Sarowitz. And there's no sorrow with him because Steve Sarowitz is a billionaire.
Blake and Ryan might have had the financial advantage at first, but with the support of Justin's billionaire backer, Steve Sarowitz, that's no longer the case. While Blake may have her dragons, Justin has a dragon slayer. Harassment accusations can destroy a career unless they're fully disproven, and unless Blake issues a public, unconditional apology and writes a massive check, Justin is ready to take this fight all the way to trial, much like Johnny Depp did. To make matters worse, it seems Blake's legal team is doing her no favors. They should be advising her to settle, but instead, she's standing firm and refusing to retract her statements or apologize for accusing Justin of sexual harassment. It's almost as if she's digging in her heels, risking her career in the process, while refusing to recognize the seriousness of the situation. The animosity is palpable, and now it's more than just a court case, it's a media war, with no end in sight. As for Justin, unlike most people involved in Hollywood scandals, he's not playing the PR game. He's not rushing to settle or trying to protect his image. He's standing firm, determined to clear his name.
To clear his name. And I think that's what's happening here. I don't think Blake Lively, and certainly Ryan Reynolds, they don't need money from Justin Baldoni. They're A-list celebrities, and they're worth a lot. And same thing, I think Justin Baldoni, obviously money is going to be more important to him, but he's fighting for his survival right now. If you have a reputation in Hollywood as being a harasser, that's a quick way to never make another film here again.
Hollywood has a well-known reputation for ruining careers over allegations, and Justin is determined not to let that happen to him. He wants to restore his good name and, perhaps more importantly, return to his talent agency, which dropped him without hesitation when the accusations came to light.
Justin Baldoni has reportedly been dropped from his talent agency WME after co-star Blake Lively, who is also represented by WME, filed a legal complaint accusing him of harassment and creating a hostile work environment on set of their blockbuster hit It Ends With Us.
If Justin were to settle now, it would give the impression that he has something to hide, which could mark the end of his career. He understands that, which is why he's fully committed to taking this case to court. His legal team has already told Judge Lewis Land that any settlement discussions are premature, signaling that this case will go to trial, no mediation, no quiet resolution, and no sweeping it under the rug. Judge Lan agrees, and the stage is set for a major legal showdown in March 2026. But here's where things get even worse. This lawsuit is not just a legal headache for Blake, it's the beginning of what looks like a full-blown career crisis. Her once promising hair care line, which she heavily promoted during the It Ends With Us tour, is tanking. People are boycotting her brand, sales are plummeting, and investors are backing out faster than she can try to fix things.
Allegedly, Target is claiming customers are returning Blake Lively's hair care line, Blake Brown, in droves. So they are pulling all of her merchandise off their shelves because they are losing profit.
Her credibility is crumbling, and her brand is feeling the heat. And if that wasn't bad enough, her cocktail line, Betty Buzz, is next in line for a downfall. This lawsuit has spiraled into a full-scale career collapse, and Blake is watching it all unfold before her eyes. Ryan, too, is feeling the pressure. Disney is reportedly unhappy with him. Allegedly, he made fun of Justin Baldoni in Deadpool 3, and sources say he's been ordered to tone down his edgy humor or risk being cut from the film. Imagine a Deadpool without Ryan Reynolds. That could happen if Disney follows through. The studio reportedly wasn't pleased with Ryan's alleged bullying of Justin, and now they're making him pay the price. He either tones down his humor or steps aside.
To me, this does not help Blake Lively's case at all. This pettiness, these jokes, this isn't something you joke about. I'm with Justin's lawyer in this. This is a hugely sad thing to discover that Blake and Ryan thought this was worthy fodder to joke about. Because I don't find it funny. And I thought we weren't supposed to find it funny. It's not a he said, she said. Why were you cracking jokes about it in the movie? I'm sorry.
But here's where things get truly shocking. Money. A lot of money. We're talking about $400 million.
Actor and director Justin Baldoni has sued his co-star Blake Lively and her husband, Deadpool actor Ryan Reynolds, for defamation. Baldoni's suit seeks at least $400 million for damages that include lost future income.
This lawsuit could cost Blake and Ryan a staggering $400 million. Financial experts have already started looking into their assets, and if they lose, they could face bankruptcy. Years of building their careers could vanish in an instant, and they'd have to rebuild from the ground up, if Hollywood even lets them back in. This lawsuit isn't just a legal issue, it's potentially the end of their careers. And it doesn't stop there. Both Blake and Ryan are brand ambassadors for some of the world's biggest companies. But guess what? Those companies don't want their names associated with bad press. If this lawsuit continues to drag their reputations through the mud, their contracts could be at risk. Say goodbye to those multi-million-dollar endorsement deals. At this point, it's worth asking, was all of this worth it? All Blake had to do was apologize, admit she was wrong, swallow her pride, and move on. Instead, she thought she could take down Justin. Now, it looks like Justin is the one who's taking them down in the most legally brutal way possible. It's hard to see how they'll come out of this unscathed, and honestly, they've only got themselves to blame. Stay tuned for more updates by hitting the like button and subscribing.